So here at the Vintage Apron, apparently we've got 9 years and 7 years. That's 7 years lamestream media there. Our friends selling out humanity, doing their wonderful bit. Enjoying your vax, mate? On the 1-3?
So who are you, buddy?
Sorry, what was the question?
I said, who are you?
What do you mean, who am I?
Just that.
Who am I? Well, who are you?
I asked you first.
Oh, you asked me first. Okay, so define who are you. What do you mean? Like, who am I? Am I defined by my job? What? What do you mean? Who am I? Who are you? Are you a man? Are you a woman? Are you a shill? Are you a plant? Are you a globalist? Are you a cameraman? Are you defined by being a cameraman? Is that what you are, buddy? Who are you? Oh, I asked you first. What are we in primary school, buddy? Are we in primary school, buddy? Hey? Who are you? What defines you, mate? Are you an ASICS wearing tiger? What are you? Who are you? Sorry, he legitimately could ask me a question. Who are you? So who are you? What defines you? Who are you? Who do you work for? What are you? Oh, there's a 9 years boy there. Good on you, mate. Nice jacket.
Thanks, mate.
Is it from Lowe's?
No.
Wow, where is it from? Who are you? So I'm just taking the line of approach that you guys do. Who are you? If it's good enough for your cameraman over here, who are you? Sorry, mate, you didn't answer my question. Who are you? Who are you?
Good, mate. We'll have a conversation another day.
Really? What does that mean? Is that a threat? I want to have a threat. I want to have a conversation with you now. You asked me and started the conversation, and you asked me, who am I? So I'm just asking you, please clarify that. Would you define yourself by your job, mate? So you're a A1 cameraman for the lamestream media, the piss stream media. What are you? Selling out humanity? Okay, I'll ask you something. What do you stand for? Do you stand for the children? Do you agree with 5 to 11-year-olds being vaxxed? How does that sound? Who are you?
Everybody.
No, see you. Do you own this property, mate? Do you pay rent here? No. You don't, do you? Of course you don't. You got a bad attitude. You're like some guy that thinks you're top dog or something, eh? You've been in this game working for the globalists for too long.
I'm not up in your face, all right?
I'm not in your face either.
Who you were. You came along filming me.
So I'm asking you to clarify. I need you to tell me so I can answer your question properly. Who am I? What is the purpose of you filming? What's that? I beg your pardon? Well, why are you here then? So I have to justify to you, and you're just a normal, regular person.
I'm quite happy with the silence. With
Okay?
no answer.
With no answer.
Yeah.
Then what did you ask me for? Who am I? Do you want to garner something about who I am?
No.
You want to belittle me? You want to put me in a box of who I am?
It's who I am working
Who
for.
are you?
It's quite obvious who I'm working for.
So you identify yourself as a t-shirt with a number 7 on it. Blue man.
Oh, man.
No worries, Smurf. You're looking really good there with your little Smurf duckhead outfit on. Oh,
Been wearing the same shit.
standoffish. No. What's that? A moron.
Look.
Oh, I'm wearing the same shit and I'm a moron.
Other than the insignia.
Nah, mate. I tell you, look, if we wore exactly the same shirt, the content of the man inside would be very different. Trust me, brother. Sorry, buddy?
Just someone has had too much of the Kool-Aid. That's the difference.
What's the Kool-Aid? What does that mean?
Look it up.
Was that David Koresh drinking the Kool-Aid? Is that the poison you mean? So I've had too much poison. No. If you still work for this mob and you've been double jabbed with another jab booster, then I think you've had too much of what you're referring to as Kool-Aid, which is poison. It's a mutagenic, untested substance with mercury, aluminium, probably MRC5 cell lines into it. Do you know what else is into it? No? Do you know it's got mRNA technology? Do you know there's a fella called Dr. Robert Malone who is the architect and inventor of mRNA? Did you know that? Messenger ribonucleic acid. Did you know who?
I haven't
Dr.
been doing all my research.
Okay, mate. Well, there's a 2-minute 35
I
or
haven't
so
done my research on Facebook,
video.
So I'm up to date with it.
Okay, who do you get your research from? Mainstream piss stream media, do you?
Not
Yourself.
crazies on the street.
Not crazies on the street.
Stop this conversation.
No. Okay, so Dr. Robert Malone said don't take it. It'll kill you. It's killed all the animals it's ever been tested on. So you're a lab rat yourself, right? And then the inventor of the test, Carrie B. Mullis, he said this cannot be used to diagnose infectious disease. So the whole thing is bullshit from the start, and you're perpetuating it. So if I was to say, with my opinion, who you are, I'd say you're a muppet dressed in a melt-blown polypropylene mask that's giving you bacterial pneumonia, cancer, because it's elevating your acidic levels. It's giving you hypercarbia, which acidifies your blood. You don't like the truth, mate. You don't like the truth. It's giving you hypoxia, which is a lack of oxygen, which could explain, in my opinion, why you can't think clearly. You're breathing in those little fibres and perhaps Morgellons and things that are coming off that. And do you think that's good for you? If you ran your car exhaust from the back of your car, that's exhaust that's supposed to go away, and instead of putting fresh, clean air into your air intake, do you think your car would run properly? Do you think you and your lungs can function properly when you're rebreathing your own bacteria? Spit, got a nice little petri dish in front of your face that's giving you bacteria.
Your family's waiting for you. We're just standing here.
You don't have to be sure of anything. That can be your opinion.
Okay.
So my family isn't waiting for me. Is your family waiting for you? Do you have a family? Sorry, who are you? I'm just using your, what do you call it, cameraman's. Your cameraman's. What did you do before when you asked me who am I? Who are you? Oh, I asked you first. Very mature, buddy. And then what's this about the shirt? We're the same. We're basically wearing the same shirt. No, we're not, mate. Content of the heart, brother. Totally different people. How about you, buddy?
Keep away.
I am away from you.
Keep 1.5.
I am 1.5 away. You got a measuring tape, buddy. Mr. Jonathan Flynn.
Yes.
Nice government pass. Now you remove your ID, do you? Are you going to black out your badges and that like the police do?
No, I just don't.
What are you afraid of, mate? If I was wearing a name badge, I'd be proud of it.
I just don't want you near me.
Oh, I'm not near you. Do you own this land?
1.5 away.
Yes, I am. Get a tape measure. Ask the police when they come, mate.
I don't want it.
Okay, so are your colleagues over there 1.5 away? I can tell you they're not.
You're wearing a mask.
So?
Mate, I don't respect.
If your listen to this. Okay, if your mask works and I was to stand 1.5 more or less away from you, it shouldn't matter, should it? But you know deep down the mask doesn't work.
Mate,
So nice try, fail.
if you don't get away, I'm calling the cops.
Call the cops. Please, do it. Don't make empty threats. Give them a call. I'm waiting here for it now. Give them a call. Oh, I'll call the police.
Okay.
Really? Oh, wow. And you'll tell them what? What law's been broken? Master? Kimasabi? John Flynn? Jonathan Flynn? Jonathan Flint? How are you, Svetlana?
Great, thank you.
Good on you. Yeah. This gentleman, first question he asked me, and apparently we're not allowed to answer questions because we'll ask or answer. He says, who are you? In a demeaning tone. So I asked him, who are you? Oh, a question with a question. So Capalaba Central, Moreton Bay Road. The owners, correction, the set of management have been harassing Pierre from the Vintage Apron, trying to get him to enforce illegal mandates and asking people things about privacy, which he's not entitled to, because they are not, he is not their doctor, and it's a medical client patient privilege.
What your purpose
Doctor
is at the
patient
moment?
privilege. What's that, sorry?
What is your purpose here?
To support humanity, to help the children through this, to have a great day, and to ensure your safety.
Okay, thank you. This is private property.
Okay.
Um,
Whose property is it?
private property.
Okay, so do you own the car park as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Good on you. What was your name?
David,
David. Excellent. Who do you work for?
I work for Trident.
Is that the security company
Yes.
that has the contract for Capalaba Central?
Correct.
Okay, good on you. Thank you. Thanks for
you.
introducing yourself, David.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man. Good on you, brother. Take care. Happy New Year. Hey, guys. How are you? Who are you? I missed you too, man. I missed you, brother. I got a few friends that lip read. They wouldn't be able to see your beautiful words and your wonderful questions you're asking me, like, who are you? See all the holes around that, your mask? You really think it works? So you've been vaccinated. Why do you still have to wear masks? Why do you still have to do 1.5? No, I'm just making observations. You're a guy in a blue shirt with a 7 News wearing a mask. So is that a threat? I don't know anything about you.
I'm not trying to get up all in.
So what do you mean? Now you're getting in front of my face. I don't know anything about you. What are you trying to say? There's more to you? Of course there is. So I ask a question like, who are you? So define yourself, mate, because what I see is a smurfette standing in front of me, a guy that when he's questioned with real science says, I don't have time, I don't get my information off Facebook. Dr. Robert Malone, mate, he invented the mRNA technology, messenger ribonucleic acid technology. Dr. Carrie B. Mullis invented the PCR test, won a Nobel Peace Prize, a Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1993 for it. He said it cannot be used to diagnose infectious disease. So you're perpetrating the biggest scam and genocide on humanity. How do you feel about that? It's all good by you, isn't it? Haven't lost a cent through this scamdemic, have you, mate? And here you are, hassling Pierre, a family man, a businessman who has a right under the law to support his family and earn an income. And you're taking that right away from him. So who are you, sorry? Big gaps on those masks. So it's funny, even if you just did some basic research and look at the size of an alleged coronavirus particle and then the gap size in that, you would know that doctors have said early on, and scientists, it's like trying to keep mosquitoes out with chain wire fence, mate. It's a joke. What you're doing is you're emasculating yourself. You look like a clown, and on top of it, you're making yourself sick.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, really? So you're not making yourself sick. Masks are healthy for you, are they? Melt-blown polypropylene mask sitting on your face, acting like a petri dish while you rebreathe in your own filth that's supposed to be out, and then you are taking in the fibres from those masks and whatever other crap. Have you seen how they're made in India and China on dirty floors? The world's deadliest pandemic. Brother, have you ever done spray painting? Have you seen what those look like? Have you ever done chemical spraying and seen the proper filters and respirators? Have you ever done any firefighting work? You've seen what BA, breathing apparatus work, is like? Have you, brother? It's funny how you guys are happy to get an interview, allegedly people, and then when people turn the camera on you, you don't like it, and you come out with all these things like this gentleman here, Jonathan Flynn or Flint Man. I'll call the cops. How'd you go with that, Jonathan? Their brothers are coming? Good on you, mate. We'll see if they uphold your version of the law. You stay away from me, mate. I'm okay because you're protected, so I'm happy for you, brother. In this last 23 months, I haven't died of the worst virus in history. Your mask works, brother. Your vaccines work. You're protected. What are you afraid of, mate? You know what I reckon you're afraid of? It's a 5-letter word. The truth. The truth, brother. And it coming out, and deep down in your little heart and what's left of your soul, you know you are being vacated. You're emasculated, you're vacated, and you hate it. You know you're doing the wrong thing. And you know what's eating away at you? Not me being over 1.5 meters away from you. It's your soul talking to you, your conscience, brother. You don't think so? Well, I hope it is talking to you, man, because if it's not talking to you, we have real problems. That means you don't have one. Oh, Mum, this guy here asked me, this gentleman, he said we're exactly the same, basically wearing the same thing. He said, so what do you do? And then when I asked him, please define it, what do you mean?
We're wearing the same thing.
Oh, is this still...
How am I wearing the same thing?
You've got a collared shirt on, pants, shoes, same thing.
Yeah?
You've got your brand.
And that's your brand. So that's you, is
My
it?
work uniform.
So you are Channel 7.
No, it's what I'm wearing.
But then you said I don't know anything about you as well. So I'm asking you, man to man, to clarify. We're having a conversation.
You're not asking me. You're doing it on purpose to try and serve whatever piddly viewership you've got on
Wow.
Facebook.
So that sounds like projection. You know the word projection? Sounds like projecting. I think you're doing it to solve your globalist purposes, the masters of your globalists, the globalist masters and their purpose. That's what you're doing it to serve, I reckon. You're projecting, brother. So, and you've already judged.
Like a very agitated.
So I have a piddly viewership. That's good. I don't actually have any viewership, mate. It's not about the fame. It's about truth. It's about getting the truth out there. So we're talking, aren't we? Conversation between two men. We're not?
We're serving whatever self-righteous purpose you've...
Okay, so what do you do when you're behind the camera?
Make fun of my face.
So you pointed at a certain place, you pick a frame, right?
Oh, mate.
That is subjective, isn't it? You're a subjective man. Not objective at all. And that's the last thing we need in media. Don't you think? Shouldn't we get objectivity? There you go. Thanks, lady. Very good on you.
When the people will win the war, you will be...
You're probably too young, maybe you have children, but one day, you know, look, I hope you realise the grave mistakes you did and atone for it. So you're Mr. Impartial and you just do unbiased editing and filming, do you? You pick a frame and that's not subjective. It seems like projection, like I said, but it's almost like the media mainstream shill media, piss stream media, is in the death throes. And you know that little remnants of your heart and soul, that thing they call a conscience, is saying to you doing the wrong thing.
You've been at home rehearsing a speech. I've heard you say it repeatedly.
Really? I've been rehearsing it. So that's a. How do you know I've been at home rehearsing a speech? I don't rehearse anything, mate.
You're repeating yourself. You're on a loop.
I'm in a loop.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in a loop.
A loop.
Okay. That sounds like a sad frequency, brother. You wouldn't be doing wash, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. You wouldn't be doing that, would you, mate? The projection is strong in 2022 from the mainstream media. It was great having you guys turn up, though. Well done. Hopefully, you can get some stuff on the cutting floor. What's that?
Nothing, mate. I've had enough.
You've had enough?
I've had enough.
Really?
I've had enough stupidity for one day.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
I hope you got no mirrors in your house then.
Bazinga.
Sorry? Bazinga, thanks.
Being paid to do a job, they're happy, but they don't care if the nation's falling.
You're happy with that, eh? Vaccinating the children with a mutagenic toxic death shot that's only got emergency approval.
Support this fascism.
Yeah.
You don't mind if I film you, do you, brother? Just
Just disgusting. Just disgusting.
good on you. Thanks for standing up, lads. See, that's what real Australian men look like. In my opinion, I see three pathetic, soy-addicted, in my opinion, because you're asking me, in front of me. They're two real men. In construction, building houses, not tearing down the fabric of our society. They are builders. Hey, buddy, it's the deadliest pandemic in the world. Well done, you pulled your mask back up. Gaps all around the sides.
Change your mask, don't you touch it.
Gaps, sides, top, bottom.
Follow the rules. You want to pay the rules.
This is good footage, though, guys. Don't you think? You've got cameras. You don't like the ball. There's a couple of extra balls in the court now, and it's a more level playing field. You don't like that, eh, mate? You liked it before when all you had was your little bullshit slant that you could put on and brainwash people and contribute to the menticide and the deconstruction, the controlled demolition of Australian and Western societies. You like that, eh? And the best thing you can come out with to me is say, "Oh, what do you do? What are you doing here? Well, I asked you first." Oh. Don't give me those puppy dog eyes, mate. Doesn't work with me, mate. I'm not that way inclined. What camera? Sorry?
What type of phone is it?
You-
It must be good one if you can live stream.
I'm not live streaming. Like I said, he said something about, what did you say? I had a piddly viewership. I don't do it for views, unlike you guys, because you guys need the ratings, and advertising dollar pays your funding, and also taxpayers' money you get given. What was it, 73 million bucks the Kiwi government gave, so God knows what our Prime Minister Scat Morriscum gave you guys to toe the line. Did you know there's also a place, and this is how sinister it is, in a real pandemic, you would not have to bribe people, you would not have to pay doctors, you would not have to give more for injections. They're giving businesses cash, millions of dollars, if they can ensure that their staff are 100% vaccinated. That real story will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And there might be a few piddly viewerships, and it'll end up getting into your inbox, and then you can see if what you're doing still sits with you morally and spiritually. Good on you, brother. Thanks for asking about the camera too. Good boy.
That was a genuine question.
No, it's good, and it's a genuine answer. Huawei P30 Pro, quad cam Leica lens.
Aren't they the ones made in China?
Yes, by a firm. What, you got a problem with China?
Don't put words in my mouth.
No, okay, so aren't they the ones made in China? Yes. So what are you saying, people should dislike China?
You put words in my mouth, mate. That's just a genuine question. Asking
Good.
you where they were made.
Yep. Do you know most the technology's made in China? Some of the chips and the IC units and whatnot, wafer circuits, whatnot, they're made in Taiwan. Yeah? The majority are made in China. Some are made in Thailand, some in Vietnam.
Where do you find all this info?
I read and I listen.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. That's
Good. Thank you, brother. That's important, I think, especially as journalists. You're in front of the camera, and I'm sure you've seen things where you say, hang on, I reported this, and that got cut out on the editing room floor, and maybe it shouldn't have been. So this is what we want. We're all brothers and sisters. So maybe we could work towards a better society for our children. Because if people aren't working towards a better society for our children, then we really don't stand for anything. If a man or a woman, all they want to do is get what they can out of this life, the society won't function, it won't flourish. It'll be in decay, which it is now, right? So it is, brother, thank you. So what we want to do is like the old philosophy of, we want to be planting trees that we will never get to see the shade of. I've planted mango trees with my sons here, right? And then they're starting to bear fruit now. So that's wonderful, we can enjoy the shade together, right? Instead of going in there and allowing them to pull everything down and reporting only on one side. He's just a family man. You guys haven't lost anything through this pandemic. He's a lovely man. And did you see what they did to him yesterday?
Sure did.
And they bent his wrists, and the 2 female coppers, maybe 3, it's hard to tell with the 3rd one. And the really larger female copper, she was so aggressive, pulling him, pushing him. That man is so humble and has never hurt a flea. From everything I've observed from him, and people that have been in this area for 50 odd years, that have known him for 40 odd years, concur with that. So that's trust. That's the fabric of society. Trust, honesty, honour. I believe, and most people do, as those builders that stop to say their 2 cents worth, you guys are breaking that down. And that's sad and shameful, and 4 words, not on my watch. Okay, thanks guys.